See quite a few people here. Okay, okay, so you can see my screen yet. Let me bring my screen up. Right, so let me just go ahead and share my entire screen. I don't like doing that anyway. All right. So will you please confirm you can see my screen? Or it's still saying I can share. Yeah.
I can't see your screen yet.
So Otosiam is giving me a thumbs up. Does it mean it can see my screen? Okay. Michael, I'm seeing a thumbs up. Can you see my screen? Oh, okay. I keep getting a thumbs up from Michael. I don't know if he's affirming that he can.
Maybe it's your face they can see, but your screen is not up yet.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Still saying I can share. Don't worry. I'm just going to go ahead and share the entire screen. So you should be able to see my screen now. I think it's coming up. Okay, so since I'm sharing my entire screen, I might not, I don't want it to have this infinity screen on. So will you please confirm you can see it?
Yes, I can see your screen now.
All right, thank you. Welcome everyone to today's session. So what we're going to be talking about today are the data roles in the data space and how can you fit in into some of these roles. But our main focus is going to be looking at data analysis and data science. What are the similarities or differences that they have, and why does each role stand distinctively on its own? So before I proceed, I know you're wondering who is talking, right? Okay. So I'm Mariam Jayala, a little story about me. A data expert, you can call it data analyst, data scientist. I'm just someone that works with data, ranging from different roles, research assistant, BI developer, data scientist. But I'm particular about the health sector. So I've worked for the University of Manitoba. I've worked with them before when we're having a study concerning the global public health. So I'm usually okay. Yeah, I think you can see. I'm here. So I'm particular about the public health. I like to do the service to the humanity thing, okay? But anything that involves data, you find me there. So I've helped people transition into the data field, people of different gender, but I just like that when people are trying to look at switching from a particular career and delve into the tech sector, I am always there to help them to make that transition. So let's leave that about me. So let's come. What are we going to talk about today? I have 4 points that how we'll be going by for tonight's session. So we'll be looking at what are the roles that you can get to in the data space. And I know some of you have it in mind that you are thinking, which one should I go for? Is it data analyst? Is it a data scientist? Okay, so we are going to explain that explicitly so that you know the roles and the responsibilities expected for each of these roles. Also, I'm going to talk about the work experience internship that we offer at Amdari and how you can get in and grab the opportunity for yourself. So I'm going to get started. So what is it that we do at Amdari before I proceed? We give you the opportunity to get work experience. That is, you work on, we know you have the skills, okay, but you need to put the skills into use. So that is where we're coming. We make sure that you have the avenue to work on projects that showcase your skills. So Andari bridge the gaps from putting your skills to use and showing recruiters what you are made of. So I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, I want to start a tech role, but I want it to be data related. Okay, we know we have the different tech roles ranging from whether it's cybersecurity, SOC analyst, and the likes. So, but for the data field, we have the likes of data analysis, data science, data engineering. So everything is coined around all those roles. So what is data? What does it really mean? Data is just information. I know a lot of us know that data is everywhere these days. So ubiquitous data is everywhere. We generate data by browsing through our phones, social media interaction, or our IoTs, ranging from our wristwatches, our smartwatches, our smart TVs. So data is everywhere. So a lot of industries need people to work with this data. How can they make meaning out of this data? That brings me to the data-driven decision. People don't just want to make decisions based on their maybe just at the thought of their head that, oh, I feel this is the best way to go about it. No, they want to make decisions based on findings. And how do they get these findings? By looking at previous observations and see how they can make meaning out of this and make better decisions. So data-driven decisions, that's why a lot of people have looking into understanding data and see how they can bring insights from this data. Another thing is after bringing this data, not everyone that can actually work on it on the same level. We have different rules that defines the aspect you're going to come in as. So we have it ranging a lot. I know you must have been coming across different job roles, data related, from AI experts, ML engineer, AI engineers. Come with me. They come in different forms with different labels, but they are all saying the same thing. So why are people interested in data careers these days? Okay. So because of the high paying salary, yes, the high paying salary, and you have the ability to work remotely or hybrid. Okay, though it's not in only the tech space also, but if you are going to be working, let's say you're working as a caregiver, or you're working as you're just working in the health sector, you can't do that remotely, right? Because you'll be at the forefront of working with patients, and those that will be visiting the hospital. So that can be a remote job. But when you're working in the tech space, you have the chance of working remotely because what you're working with is data, and the data is in the cloud. So you can access the cloud from everywhere. So that's why the data carriers are what people are actually going into now, and it's booming. So people want to make businesses want to make data-driven decision, and we have a whole lot of company needing people to bring in to help them work with the data they have. So I know you are looking at it. Okay, where can I come into the data space? What should I choose? And that is what we'll be discussing today. What's the difference between data analysis and data science? Okay. So before the word data science came in, data science came in there about 2015. Before that, what we were talking about was just data analysis, but now we use the term more of data analytics. Okay. So data analysis is just a process of getting information from the data. Okay, when you're actually doing the analysis and you're performing the operation and looking at the process, trying to make meaning out of the results that you have. Okay, so you can see I have a whole lot of roles here, ranging from AI engineer, NLP, that's natural language processing. So, but all these roles, okay, they are all intertwined, okay? They are attached to one particular foundation, and I'm going to unveil that now. And it goes well, it's showing We have data analyst, data scientists. Yes, if we're talking about the role, that's a data science, the person occupying the role data scientist, and the data engineering. So these are the three main roles that we have in the data space. So all that you see before are linking to this. So from data analyst, you can have a business analyst. Is more related. It's a little bit related, okay? But when you delve more into these roles, you choose your niche. That's when all these like branches out. So NLP engineer, BI, okay, yes, NLP engineer is under data scientist. So when you're talking about building language models, okay, now they are now native language, maybe your indigenous languages and the likes. So it's still under data scientist, but it will delve more to a particular branch. Okay. So the foundational roles are actually these three: data analyst, data scientist, data engineer. So I know you must have seen all that put up and you'll be like, oh, a lot of roles. So where do I fit in? You need to look inward and see what are the skills that I have and how can I relate it to this role. So I'm going to start by telling you and bringing you into what a data analyst do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, while I was introducing myself, I missed out the part that currently, I only talked about my past experience, but currently I work as a data analytics specialist with Amdari. Okay, so that's why you have me here today. So, the day-to-day job, what I do on a day-to-day life is help interns, I help consultants to get experience and land roles in the tech space. Okay, so let's look at how we run this process. The first thing is we want to look at what are the things that you bring to the table, what are the skills that you have that we can help you build on. Okay, so we start from looking at the foundation, look at the sectors that you have experience in, and see how we can build on that for you. So we have different ones ranging from we have projects aligned on different sectors, from health sector to financial sector to marketing, manufacturing, and all sorts. So I'm going to start by just talking about the data analyst role, data analyst at track, and what we'll do then. So first of all, I'm just going to give you like 4.2 so that you can distinctively understand what sets data analysis apart from data science. So I'm going to go by the definition, the goal, the tools that are being used, and the things that you do on a day-to-day as a data analyst. So first of all, what is data analysis? I know we're all familiar with this. It's just the act of making meaning out of data. Okay, you have information and you want to try to look at this information and see what is this talking about? What are the patterns? What are the trends that I can get from this data? How can I make informed decisions about this data sets? So data analyst job is just working around data, looking at data and trying to make meaning out of it. But it does not move to the point of a prediction. You are looking at the past and trying to make meaning out of the data. So what are the things that you bring to the table? How do you help the company that you'll be working for as a data analyst? You want to help them look at the data that they have. Okay. Guys, please confirm you can still hear me. See if like my screen is up. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Miriam.
All right, thank you. All right. Okay, so what's the goal? What do you bring into the table when you work for a company as a data analyst? I've said it all, you help them make informed decision. So you look at the data they have at hand. So mostly a data analyst will be working with historical data that is on ground. Okay. So we have different level of data analysis, ranging from you look at the data, what happened, why happened, and how did it happen. Okay, so you can answer these questions: what, why, and who caused it, depending on the variance of information that you have in the data. So if you know the aim, you know the goal now, how do you get this done? There are certain tools that help data analysts to achieve their task. First is depends on where the data is, but the likes of because data is stored, we have structured and we have unstructured. So data is stored in rows and columns. So the work of the data analyst surrounds around spreadsheets and creating reports from this data that you have structured. So the tools that you'll be using ranges from Excel, SQL, and the BI tools. BI tools meaning the business intelligence that helps business make, there are tools that are tailored towards businesses now, the likes of Power BI and Tableau. Those days, what we for financial is the Q link, the Q, yes, the Q link, the MATLAB, and the likes. But right nowadays, everything, because there's this saying that a picture speaks louder than 1,000 words. So just putting up a chart is enough to convey a message to even non-technical people, rather than having a table plot out or you're looking at the direction of it, you're looking at some testing. Just bringing up a chart, everybody understand, oh, we have increase here, we have spikes there, we have a decline here, and everybody can make meaning of that. So you see, data analysts using more of BI tools to better explain and communicate their findings to people. So what are the common things that you'll be doing on your day-to-day? Creating reports, like I said. And this will be using the BI tools, tracking the key performance indicators, monitor the business and see what decision or what advice you can give and recommend to make the business thrive better. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of the tools like I've mentioned. So, and these rules might come in different form, like I said. So all this is still data analyst related. So you can see something like procurement analyst, HR analyst, marketing analyst, everything is still under the umbrella of data analyst. So once you're familiar with all these tools, you can apply for any of the roles that I've listed here. So this list is not exhaustive. You just have it goes on and on. But whenever you're going for a role, what you look out for is the job description, what are the technology and the tools they are talking about. Then if you're familiar with it, then you can proceed and you know that job is something you should be able to get. So let's talk a bit about the data science also. So what differentiates data science from data analysis? Data science is more like an upgrade of data analytics. Everything is still under the umbrella of data science. Even ML, everybody started, people started branching things out. Data science as the umbrella of everything. Okay, so all those ML, machine learning, AI are now branches into it. So data analysis is still part of data science. So data science is an upgrade, like an upgrade of data analytics. I don't want to go to technical, but but there's no way. I'm just a data person. Any place I go, I just pick data. So there's level of when you're analyzing data, there are levels to it. Okay, when you have a business that you want to help solve their problem, the first thing you look at is, okay, what is the problem? Find if stated the problem, but you want to look at the data. Can you see any pattern or is there any trend in what they have running with? Okay, so when you look at that, you can help them see some patterns and see, oh, probably this is why this is causing a surge or a decline in your sales or your profits. Okay, so we have your descriptive analysis. All you do is just to describe the data. You look at it and you see, oh, this is going up, this is going down. And you have something called diagnostic. Okay, you want to know what is causing the spikes and what is causing these declines. Okay, so that's the diagnostic part of the analytics. Then you move on to the predictive. Okay, so I'm mentioning this because I want you to understand that despite the fact that these levels of analysis are under data analysis, but who actually puts this to use is the data scientists. They are the ones that do the predictive, meaning the forecast. Okay, so let's just go by the four main things that we talked about for the data analysis also. So what is data science? Okay, so it's a versatile field that combines computer science, mathematics. It combines a whole lot. Okay, it combines the domain knowledge of the place you want to work for also. So if you are looking for a data scientist role in an X sector, you need like a background knowledge of how they operate. If you are looking at it in the financial sector, you need to know how they operate so that you can give the best recommendation, and that's a prescriptive analytics. Okay, you want to give the best recommendation to them because you understand how the business runs. So when you know that, okay, this is what the data science, what is data, this is what data science is all about. So how then do you bring your own intuitiveness to the company? You want to help them build predictive models that is going to help them make better decision. You want to look at what will happen, like you're forecasting, you're having a foresight and saying, oh, you're looking into the future that, oh, this is likely going to happen. So we can avoid this by doing this and that. So that is what the data scientist does. So data analysts will just look at the data they have and try to see what is currently happening based on the historical data, comparing the last month to current month, last year to current year, and the likes. But data analysts, data scientists rather, proceed further by forecasting. Fine, we had this last month. We are currently having this month. Then it is likely, since this is our trend, this is our percentage, our year over year variation. So there's a likely chance that, oh, next year we're going to upscale. This is what we're going to get. So that is the work of a data scientist. So it's a bit similar, but still different. So everything that a data analyst can do, data scientists can do, and add to it. So what are the tools that you're going to use to make this awesome predictions and tell them this is what you do, this is the direction you should take? It's more around programming languages, okay? The use of Python, R, okay? So you use IDs like Jupyter Notebooks, TensorFlow for machine learning, and different packages that you have to make predictions. And under data science, like I mentioned earlier, we have the artificial intelligence also. So you can choose a niche and delve more when you get into the field. So what are the common tasks that a data science will do on their day-to-day job, to the activity? Yeah, they want to predict, okay, run models and see how a particular feature, how a particular thing is going to bring about a particular result. Or it's even possible that that feature is not even relevant. It's just there as a confounder. The thing that is actually affecting that output is based on another thing. So these are just the things that data scientists look at. And they are going to be working with a large scale, like big data is going to be voluminous, okay? Like the 5Gs of data, the velocity, veracity, and everything is might be in the cloud. So it's on a large scale compared to a data analyst. But though data analyst too is not it's not like you're working with minute data. No, there are times that the data too are in the cloud and you have large and voluminous data to work with. But what just differentiates it, what's like make it very different is just that data scientists do more of predictions and prescriptive rather than just describing and diagnosing what the problem is. They want to forecast and say, oh, do this based on this, and we are sure this is going to happen, things like that. Okay. So what are the tools that they use? I've mentioned a few, but I just also want you to have a look and see. So we have some cloud platforms like of Azure. They use SQL to SQL. It's going to be SQL Server, whichever one. So you do more of numerical, the mathematical aspects, linear algebra, and the likes. So these are the roles that it can come in as also. So if you're saying something like a big data analyst, forecasting analyst, is just around a data scientist role. Okay. So I know I've said a lot today, but I want us to like look at, I've given an example also, but let's look at if you were to work for a manufacturing company or a sales company, for example, a sales company, and they have customers that they sell, like an e-commerce, okay, an e-commerce platform that sells stuff online, okay. an electronic e-commerce group. They sell different electronic devices. What's going to be a day-to-day? What are the things that a data analyst is going to look at? How is a data analyst going to improve the company? Okay, and how is a data scientist going to improve the company? What a data analyst will be looking at is the trend of information the company has currently, okay, and see, look through their data. Is it that they sell more on the weekends, or they sell at a particular rush hour, or is it during Black Fridays, or is it during Thanksgiving that they sell a lot? So they want to look at all those things and make and advise them based on how the business is running at the moment. So the likely questions that you might be asking, the likely objectives that a data analyst will be working towards achieving will be, oh, what's the last month that we had the top selling product, which branch is doing better, which customer is buying the most, what's our customer lifetime value, how can we retain our customer, questions like that. But a data scientist is going to like take this forward, right? Build a model. How can we look at what price? How can we put in discounts? Or what can we do to our price to make sure that our conversion rate increases by this amount? So they are going to build a model and say, oh, if we ensure that we have this discounts running for this particular period of time, and we have maybe we have, it might be, yes, discounts or a free shipping for this particular time, or you have a duration stated out, and we have this particular product, some products for that window, then are likely going to convert more people. So data scientists is going to be doing more of predictions, building models, and see how they can better the company, how to convert more people, retain more customers, and bring in new ones. So this is just how the how those rules, how you can say, oh, this sets apart from the other. So the key things that I want you to take from this is that a data analyst will be looking at historical data, okay? And a data scientist is looking into the future. Oh, I guess this is, okay, sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so a data scientist is looking into the future, a data analyst is looking at the current thing or the data, just trying to look at the patterns and the trend. So if you decide to go on the data analyst part, what are the things? How do you elevate? What's your career path going to look like? Okay, start from in an entry role. It might be an entry role where you come. Let's take the business acumen. Let's take a business sector, for example. You start off as an entry level data analyst, then you can proceed to being a BI developer. Okay, then it goes to a senior BI developer. Then you can even move to analytics engineer by the time you start putting stuffs in the cloud. Okay, but when we're talking about data scientists, you can start from being using the data science, junior data scientist, mid-level data scientist. Then it goes to now choosing a niche. Maybe you start building models relating to it might be, yes, maybe you're trying to, it's an agricultural firm, and they are looking at harvesting their crops using models, using tools, AI tools. So you help them build a model using computer vision that can say, oh, this particular crop is ripe for harvesting. Okay, so that's what a data scientist is likely going to like. Their parts they are going to work. So from data scientists, then you can now whether it's ML engineer or AI engineer, and it goes on. So I've said a lot in this session. We've understood what data analysts and what they do, data scientists, what they do. So what are the key things that you want to take away from this session today? Data analysts will be working with past data. They use tools like spreadsheets, BI tools, and the kind of analysis they do is just descriptive. They are describing the things, okay, and they are diagnosing why is this happening, what is happening, what is causing it, okay? But data science is looking at, oh, we see this is happening, but is it that this is, because this is happening now, is it likely for it to happen in the future, or is it going to get better or get worse? Okay, And how do they make this prediction? They still look at the past events also. Okay. But what do they do with these past events? They use it to make predictions like time series data. They use it to make prediction and give recommendation from it. That's the predictive and the prescriptive. So data analysis is more around business acumen. How can I bring more money for this company? Okay, how can I bring more money? How can I help them retain their customer? It's more around data that you have, what the company is currently generating, and how you can help them move forward. So data science is all about, oh, we are looking into the future, like I said, okay, what's the likelihood that the profit is going to stay the same? What's the likelihood that it's not going to drop? Okay, so that's what the data scientists will be looking at. They'll be building AI models. Analysts will be building reports and dashboards. Okay, so I know you're wondering, so okay, Miriam, you said a lot, roles, data analysts, data scientists. So how does this help us? How do I don't know anything about data. I don't have any skill, sorry, I don't have any experience. I don't have any experience. Fine, I've done one or two boot camps. I've learned some of the tools that you've talked about. I have knowledge of Excel, SQL. I can use Power BI very well. Okay, or data scientists, oh, I don't worry, I can build models from using classification to the cluster, the KNN means and the likes. I can do all those stuffs. Okay, so how can Hamdari help me? Okay, so we have currently, okay, yeah, just because before I joined the session today, who reached out to me that the person wanted to go for an interview and needed an interview prep. So what we do at Amdari is we have projects that we give the consultant to work on. So projects ranging from different sectors. It might be from financial, health. There was one that we did recently that was helping a particular client look into their social media posts and see how they can okay, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so the one that we did currently was social media analytics, helping a particular client look at how they can leverage on the client's post and see how they can use it to increase their brand reputation. So we're looking at stuff like crisis management, social media analytics, and the likes. And one of them reached out to me and said, "Oh, after putting the project together and they submitted it for a position they saw in one of our job boards, they got a call for an interview." So I was actually very excited because I felt, oh, the work that we are doing here, it's actually people are getting value from it. Okay. So I know you're looking at how can I be one of these? How can I get this experience that we are talking about right here? So all you need to just transition from one career. You might currently be working as a caregiver, or you are doing your master's and you're looking at elongating your stay in the UK, or you just want to switch because you want to upskill, you want a better paying job, or it's just a remote job idea that you want. Okay, so that is how Hamdari comes in. So we have the remote apprenticeship virtual experience program, which we call RAVE. So RAVE is the chance that you get to have this real work experience. Like I stated earlier, we have consultants that work on projects, real life projects. They look at what the problems that these businesses are facing and how they can help them. So when you go on these interviews, you have something to speak to because you are familiar with what businesses are, the problems they are facing, and you've been able to help them solve it using the tools and skills that you have. Okay, so how does it work? Okay, so we have, when we onboard the interns, we have them in groups, we give them those projects that I've talked about. So after the deliberates, they work in groups, they try to bring their skills together, collaborate, brainstorm, they come up with presentations. Okay, so when we look at this presentation, we all look at it together and we give recommendations. So they package this portfolio and have it, they package this project rather, and have it included in their portfolio. Okay, I don't want to go on and on and how having a portfolio can sell you, okay, because that's another story entirely. But I know some of us are familiar on what you can get from having a portfolio, because it's what goes out there to speak for you even before you go for that interview. Okay, so we have all this packaged. When they work on the projects, they document it, they structure it, and put it on the in their portfolio. Rather, they put it in their portfolio. So we have a portfolio page on the Hamdari website where you can showcase your work. So you might have worked on a particular project during a boot camp. Maybe you did a data analysis boot camp or a data science boot camp, and you have projects that you've actually worked with. So you can put it on the platform, put everything together, and use it to showcase your skills and sell yourself. We also have they make this post, this project that they've worked it, they put it on their LinkedIn, they optimize their LinkedIn just to sell themselves and make them and place them in the job market and hand them more job offers. So this is how it works. When the consultants come in, we give them project to work with for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on how deep or how complex the business problem is and the kind of tools that we need to use to solve it. So when that is done, the presentation is made, feedbacks are given, and they have a project to showcase. All right. So aside from this technical aspect, we also have the employability aspect. What will help them, yes, I've said a few of this, the LinkedIn optimization will help each consultant look at their LinkedIn page, their profile, and see how they can position themselves to recruiters. So we'll look at their CV, also do the revamping, make sure it is suited for the role they are trying to apply to. I know I see a lot of people, even some of my mentees, when they want to apply for a role, there was a time someone reached out to me and said, "Oh, I want to apply for this role." And the person, okay, yes, the person sent me a CV and said, "I wanted to apply for this role. Please let me look through it." When I saw the CV, it was just generic. In this day, I believe everybody should know that there is a certain way you should tailor your CV so that it will be ATS compliance. And aside from that, you don't just have a generic CV. Anytime you have a job, anytime you see a job advert, you tailor your CV to that job advert. So you look at the core values of the company, and you look at what are they asking for, what are their values, what's their mission, then you tailor it to that and say, so that when they see your CV, they know, oh, this is the right person, this is who we want to bring on board. So these are the things that you get from our employability aspects. So we'll help you navigate the job markets, prepare for interview when the opportunity comes, you reach out. We have mock interviews that will play out so that when they get on the real interview, they can perform better. We have Thursdays mentorship session with the likes of our co-founder, Efemina and Adeza, and other people that will bring in to talk and mentor our consultants so that they can place themselves better and stand out in the job market. So after you have all this played out, you have the skills, you've had the job, now you've have your CV revamped, you put everything to place, everything is looking wow, looking great. So the next thing is you are already you've done the interview, right? You have your CV, you've done the interview. We actually give you like a reference letter that says, oh, you've worked for Amdari Consulting Company, you've worked with our clients to solve this particular problem I have it listed here. So we give you a job reference letter that helps you show your time with us and see the value that you brought to the team. So we also have the on the job support after you've gotten the job. Okay, fine, you just switched. You have only worked with the projects that we gave you. Now it's going to be a little bit different when you get on the job. So we are still there to help you sort all those problems or any issues that might come up when you get on the job. So aside from the technical aspects, these are the things that we still have put together to help you enjoy the program and make sure that you get that dream job that you've always been wishing for. All right. So how does this play out together? You learn from the work experience, the projects that will give. We have the Hamdari platform. If you are new, like I said, I know some of us have knowledge of these these tracks before. You've had some boot camps in, or maybe you had a course that you took in Coursera, Amdari, or Marvin Alerts, just a lot. Maybe you're even coming from 10 Analytics, okay? So, and it's been a while. For some people, I know it's been a while. You've done a lot of things after you learned, okay, after you learned the data thing. Okay, so now you're thinking of acting. Okay, you want to upskill, you want to switch from what you're doing currently. So we have the Amdari Learn page that helps just jumpstart and rejog your memory so that you can get right back on track. And that's just the page where we have videos for you to watch and you just refresh your memory and get right back on track. So I've mentioned the employability also that will help you with your CV and the likes. Then you also have the places, aside from the jobs that you get on LinkedIn, we have a job board on the Amdari website where you can choose, and we have a regular job updates that will put them. So when you see the one that's in your location ranging from the UK, Ireland, Canada, and the likes, so you can actually choose the job that is for you and it's in your location. So, and if it is you, your choice is working remotely, you have the option of just going for whichever job that suits you. So the Amdari job board, it's on the Amdari website also, where you can browse every day and see the job. So we always advise that. Hello, someone saying something? Okay. Toby, can I proceed? I think someone said something. All right. Okay, I think I'm just going to go on. Yeah, so you learn, you package what you've learned, and then you apply. So after you apply and you're being called for the interview, we still have that support that we give to you when you get on the job. All right. So we have some of our interns, okay, that have, okay, yes, I'll get to the testimonial right on the end, but I know some of you are thinking, okay, with all this said, when is the next course going to start? Next course is going to start August 9. August 9. So I want to urge you to take this opportunity to be a part of the work experience program. So these are some of the testimonials that we have from our past and current ones. Okay. So Amelia says the internship has been a great experience and I have a fantastic team lead. Okay, and the program is above my expectations. So Imade says the internship has been an eye opener. So people coming from different fields and come to get this work experience that is going to give them a leverage, okay, puts them in a better space and a better chance of getting the job. So because I know a lot of people learning it's everywhere these days. A lot of people are learning, but these things that you are learning, how do you put it into practice? How do you show people that this is what I can do? Because picking up data in Kaggle or you're just working with open source data does not really paint the picture. You want to look at what is the business, what are the business actually facing, what is actually happening in the real world. So that is where Amdari comes in. We bring you clients that actually have those problems and say, oh, we are looking at marketing options. We want to choose, should we go with discounts or should we go with free shipping? So you're looking at helping them test the best option, like running A/B testing to tell them, oh, this is better than the other, or you're doing like a regression analysis to tell them, oh, this is going to bring better outcome than the other. So these are some of the things that our consultants have to say. So I have, okay, no, I didn't, okay, I have some, yeah, okay, let me leave that out. So yes, how the reference letter, this is how our reference letter looks. So you reach out when you get the, when you are putting, when you had Amdari into your CV and you want us to refer you and endorse the work that you have done with us. So we have this reference letter that we can write to your employer, that we can give you so that you can present to your employer so that it vouches for you and show like a level of professionalism that you have done. All right, so this is the portfolio also, just a snapshot like I mentioned. So all the work that you've done will be here and you can add the link to your CV. Okay, So when you send your CV and they click the link, they are able to see all the projects that you've done. Okay, so when they have that and they see, oh, this is what you're capable of, then they can move to the next step and say, oh, let's have a talk with this person. Let's see how we can bring them on board. So you want to build something real, something real. Okay, not just working on data set that is generated by ChatGPT or simulated. You want to work with something real. All right. So how then do you apply for this job? I've mentioned this. We have the job board bringing job from all of other this websites, likes of Indeed, Fiverr, Well Found, just so that you can see recent job updates and what you can apply for. So all these are on the Amdari website that you are going to have access to once you get into the remote Amdari experience work experience program. So I'm just going to, okay, sorry, yes, just going to bring this up and show you you get into the program. What's the fee? So we have a discount running for the first 20 people that show interest. So the link is right here. So for the first 20 people, it's going to be £319 for data analytics, data science, the likes. For the cyber security, it's 390 also. But for data engineering, it's 750. So that's a discounted amount. So you want to play into that and ensure that you are one of the first 20% that gets this offer. Okay, so the link to the page, to the main stack page is here for you to go, and we also have the WhatsApp number if you have any questions or you need clarity on whatsoever. So you don't have to pay these at once. We have installments. So when you reach out to this WhatsApp group, we'll let you know the structure for the installments, payments, and everything. So what the yellow bird we get is the discounts. You have the self-paced project on the platform. So once you pay and you get you're going to get an email and you're going to fill a registration form and get into the program. So you're going to get access to the Amdari website that I've mentioned, which has the Amdali Learn page, which has the portfolio page, so you can start adding your past projects that you've worked on. And it also has some guided projects that you can start to look at and see how you can understand this project and how it works. We also have the mentorship session, like I said, that you couple with the employability skills, and everything is going to put you on a silver platter or a gold platter rather, so that you can get on that dream job that you'll be wishing for. So yes, I think that this is all I have for you today. So I'm going to give room for questions. Thank you for listening in and joining the session. Thank you, everyone. So if you have questions, please raise your hand. Kindly raise your hand. Let me know. Okay, all right. So I'm seeing questions in the chat section. So Ijama is asking that is coding required? Not at all. Coding is not required in data analytics. And now that everything is even AI enabled, even if you need to do some stuff that require you writing just some Python code, you can just use the likes of Copilot, because it's embedded in most of the data analytics tool now. Okay, but I can tell you for free, a data analyst does not need coding. Okay, does not need coding. Okay, so that's it. Yeah. Okay, Francis, what plan is there for installment for the 6 months? Yeah. So I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, German. So I don't want to go on about that on the call right now. But you can just send a message to, okay, let me share that WhatsApp number again, or just reach out to Toby. Yeah, Toby's on the group, or ask the question in your community to be shared with you. Yeah, all right. Thank you, Francis. Okay, all right. So the link to register to show your interest is already in the chat section, please. So go ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
I was just joining, just finished from a shift now, and actually I wanted to join again at exactly 8. Fortunately, my shift was very late.
Towards, I can barely hear you.
Oh, sorry, I'm
Please, can
using
you
the
speak a bit
earphone.
louder? Okay, I think it's better now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, it's better now.
Okay, I said it's unfortunate I'm joining very late.
Oh,
I actually wanted to join earlier. My plan was to join at 8, but it skipped my mind, though I was on a shift. I just finished now,
okay.
going, going home. So the question I have here is, for those that are based in the UK, if you're applying for any data analytics role, they will require some experience, from 1 year, some 2 years. Most of them is 2 years work experience
Yeah.
in a relevant field. If you have
Yeah,
to
this
register, can you hear me now? If you have, I'm actually in the public. I'm in the bus now, sorry, so I can't be shouting.
okay. That's why your voice is a bit on the low side. Yeah,
Yes,
I get that. You're talking about the experience, right?
yes, the work experience.
Yeah.
How will you be able to help us to have that in our CV, and if they want to make a inquiry or verification of that, will you be able to stand in for that and then help those people
Yes,
that
definitely.
added that work experience in their CV?
Yes, definitely. So that's I think you're talking about the job reference letter.
Yes.
So yes, you're going to put it in your CV that you work as a consultant, because that's what you'll be doing. You are going to be helping businesses solve their problem. So you are a consultant for that company at that moment. So Amdari is a consulting firm that brings different clients for you to help them solve their problem. So that's what you're going to be putting in your CV, that you have worked with Amdari as a data analytics consultant.
Okay.
Chibueze, I
For
don't know if
two-
I answered your
Yes, yes,
question.
yes. For two
All
years.
right. All right.
Hello, can you hear my set for 2 years? How do you think it will it be possible for us to add a few years on the CV?
Yes, yes, it will be possible,
Okay.
because if you put up for the, if it is a 3 months or the 6 months, you still have the job reference letter that is going to state that you, since you are still requesting for that job reference letter within the 2 years time that you were with us. What I mean by that is, if you join the court, this is 2025, you have the chance of requesting for a job reference letter from 2025 up to 2027. Okay, like that window period to reach out to us and ask for a reference letter.
Okay. You
Okay.
mean it will be from 2025 to
I
2027?
can barely hear you. Can you
Said
put it
it,
in the
it
chat
will be
box?
it will be from 2025 to 2027. Hello?
Hello? Can you put it in the chat? But I didn't hear the last statement you made. I didn't hear that. All right. Francis, please go ahead.
Hello, thank you for taking us through this session. It's quite informative. Some of us began these things maybe going through YouTube's, and then I just came to find out that I was just wasting a lot of time, going through YouTube videos, reading, and you find out that you are not reading. These sessions, are they going to be like live sessions, or a session is once and then when you miss, it's recorded, or how are the sessions going to be handled? Because you spoke about it's going to be handled in groups. Yeah, maybe you can clarify that.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that fantastic question. So we have the teams working to work on the project so that people can brainstorm and come up with different ideas. Though our meeting is going to be cohort by cohort, and you're going to have a team lead that is going to lead your team, and sessions will be 2 or 3 times a week, but you have tasks that you will do on daily basis. Okay, so for example, let's say the task is to help a company see how they can increase their profits by looking at how they can increase their customer lifetime value, make sure they bring more customer in, and see how best to just make the customer satisfied. Okay, so maybe the problems they are facing at the moment is that they have a lot of customers actually reaching out, but at the end of the day, they are abandoning their carts. They are not checking out. I'm talking about e-commerce platform now. Okay, let's use that as a scenario. So in this case, your whole job, okay, is to look at this and see how you can help this company make better conversions. So you might look at, oh, what's the demographics of people that are actually buying something and checking out? Or what are the prices of those things that they are buying? Is it that is too expensive? That's why people are really not checking out and they are abandoning their carts. So these are the things that you'll be looking at. So it might be that, oh, the first group might be asked to look into the prices of those that are abandoning their carts. Another group might be hacked. So it's still on the business, the same business acumen. So it might be another group looking at, oh, the customer, the demographics of the customer. So everybody will now come together, share their ideas, and try to make recommendation from all groups' findings. So the meetings will still be 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how it's structured. 2 or 3 weeks, 3 times, 2 or 3 times per week. Okay, and all sessions are recorded, and we use the Google Classroom to document the recordings. That's where we have the projects, so that all consultants can have access to that even if they miss the session. Yeah.
Okay.
Francis, I hope. All right.
Yeah. And the people are different here. There are those who have done a bit of that analysis. There are those who are just beginners. So,
Yeah.
and you mentioned about a notebook, Jupyter notebook, maybe a bit of Python. So you are going to group people according to what they feel like they want. There's data analysis, data science. So from there, are you going to start like on scratches, bringing people on board on how to use Jupyter or how to use Python, or it depends on what one has handled before? So I don't know how you'll handle that. I don't know. Maybe you have your plan. So maybe you can just explain that a bit.
Okay, all right. I think you're mixing it up a bit. So when I mentioned Jupyter Notebook, I was talking about the data science track. Okay, so for the data analysis track, you don't need Jupyter Notebook unless because you're just trying to transition. You're not in the field yet. Okay, so once you're in the field, you can go ahead and look into learning Python, because there's actually Python for data analytics. Okay, but you're still in the field. Even if you go on the interviews, you go on Job Now asking for an entry mid-level role, they might not be talking around Python for data analyst. Okay, it will be around how well can you use a BI tool, how are you proficient in Power BI, Tableau, Looker Studio, and the likes. Okay, so if it is Jupyter Notebook, that's the data scientist for the data science track now. Okay, the science track. So you were talking about the grouping, yes. So the grouping is going to be based on I said something earlier that we have the Amdari Learn page where you can just rehash your memory of what you've learned. You mentioned earlier that you've watched some series of YouTube video, but it's still not clicking. Okay, so it's going to be because you were trying to get a grasp of the whole data space at once, the whole data analytics thing at once. But right now we are going to be focused on the problem. What is the problem we want to solve? So we are not looking at the whole thing at once now. Okay, it might be okay looking at how do we look at how do we analyze customer information? how do we segment customer and say, oh, these are loyal customer, these are new customers, these are occasional. How can we segment that? So we are going to be looking at, or maybe it might be just SQL, okay, that we want to use to achieve that project, to get that objectives or the business done. So it's going to be tool by tool, not doing everything at once. And we are going to come up with objectives, okay, since we have the business problem. So how then can we help them solve this problem? So we have the objective that we want to achieve. So since we have the question to be solved, we have the problem to be solved, then we just get right into it by choosing the best tool to solve it. So it's going to be, we have different, like say stages now, okay, of how we'll go about the program. We have something called the launchpad phase. That's what I said when I mentioned that you have access to the land page and you have access to the platform where we have self-paced and guided projects. So you have some projects that you can watch and see how it was done. So even if you are a bit rusty in some areas, by the time you look at these instructors and you see how they got these things done, it's going to, oh, you'll be like, oh, you get that your haha moments that, oh, wow, I can remember now. So we have all those ones, please, before you now get to work on this project by yourself with your team, showing you how it is best done. All right. Francis, I believe I answered your question.
I still have more questions, but anyway, I'll engage with the team on one-on-one because me, I'm on the line of the data science and machine
Okay.
learning. But I think I'll have to engage with the team so that I don't waste more time for most people. Maybe there are some people who want some questions here. Yeah, I think I'll just engage on one-on-one, then figure out which path am I going to follow. Thank you.
Fantastic. A session for clarity. Okay, you can book a clarity session to get more information about that. But you'll be working with one of my colleagues, Sean, that is on the data science track. Okay. All right. It seems there are no more questions. Okay. Yeah. So Francis, yeah, Toby, you can reach out to him. He said he might want to book a clarity session. Yeah, Michael, you have your hand raised. Go ahead.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum, Aja. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Alaikum assalam. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm from Sierra Leone. It's been a while. I've been with Amdari. Sometimes I do enjoy the session. So I only want advice because now I just start my data software engineering course with a college in this country, Sierra Leone. So I just want advice, a guide, how the areas I should focus more on my course because I know I'm with Amdari. By the grace of God, I will be staying with Amdari till I become a superstar in software
Yeah,
engineering.
very good job. All right. So,
Definitely.
yeah, what course are you on now? Are you on any of the courses?
Well, I just start with software engineering. We just start with the fundamental for programming. I just start.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you're in the August cohort. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you're in the right place. You'll get to reach out to me and say, "Oh, Miriam, I'm enjoying the experience." Don't worry.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So yeah,
Definitely.
you're going to be using tools that
Okay.
are well known in the in the industry. So don't worry. You're in safe
Okay.
hands. Welcome
All
on
right.
board.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. In the absence of no questions, I think I will be drawing the curtains and waving to you guys. So I hope that you take up the opportunity now and enroll. And if you need more clarity, you can say there's a link. Okay, yeah, I think it is dropping the link. If you need more clarity, you have the link there to book a one-on-one session so that you can understand what we really do at Amdari and see how we can help you and scale you to the next level. All right, everyone. Bye. And I hope that I see you in the next court. Yeah, you're welcome, Gemma. Bye.